Good morning. Welcome to week 5 of in-classroom observation hours. It's crazy to say, week 5. I was just driving to drop my kids off at school, and I was thinking, if this was student teaching, if I was like day-wise, week-wise of student teaching, I would be halfway done with one of my placements. Like, that's crazy. I feel like I spent no time in the classroom, none, and I would be halfway done with one of my placements already. That's just crazy to me, absolutely crazy. So this weekend I did take the other 2 pre-tests, science and social studies. I didn't do too bad on either one of them. I did print off the ones that I got wrong so I can study, but I didn't do too bad. Also, by the way, my camera is shaking, but I was able to pretty much stabilize it during editing. So we are using the car mount, and we're going to continue using the car mount because it wasn't so bad that I wasn't able to, I mean, you could barely even notice without me editing it and stabilizing it. And it just looks crooked to me. Now it looks crooked the other way. It's okay. My ankle itches. So anyway, Praxis test. I have the elementary education one, common core, I don't know, whatever it's called. I have that one this week, Thursday, 8 o'clock in the morning. And I think what I just need to do is I just need to stay awake. Like, stay awake, stay focused, get in there and get it done and pass them all. Like, I have a little bit of anxiety about it, but not as much as I had last week, because I have all my study sheets at home that I'm gonna bring to work with me tonight and study when I'm home. Pretty much anytime I can be studying them, I will be studying them this week. So that's that. I was not able to get a book classroom caddy this weekend. I couldn't find any. So what I think I need to do is I need to just order them off of Amazon, which I'm not opposed to because I'll be using them in my classroom anyway. And I did find a package of 6 and they're different colors for like $15. And it's actually on my teacher's Amazon wish list kind of thing. Because yes, I have one of those, because I keep thinking to myself that I need to start getting things off of that list now so that I can slowly build up to having things in my classroom that first year. So there's that. And then I'm trying to think. I did bring which maybe when I get to the school I'll briefly show you guys what it looks like. The teacher planner for the person that I'm doing the observations in, just because my kids, they get into things, they destroy things, so I don't want it in my house because I'm afraid that it'll get destroyed. That's the honest truth about that. So as soon as I get them, and as soon as I'm able to, I'm giving away the teacher appreciation end of the year gifts now. I'm going to sneeze. On other news, sorry about that. On other news, I was looking at the notes that my field placement person left on my school website. And he's already put in the request to 2 schools here in Cache Valley for placement for student teaching. So now it's just a waiting game. It's waiting to see if I get placed at these schools. And one of them is at the school that I'm doing my observation hours at. And so I'm just hoping, oh, I'm so hoping that I get placed here. And I really wish I could just go up to the principal and be like, take me, take me, take me. But I feel like that's like highly inappropriate. So I won't do it, even though I really want to. But I'm here at the school, so I'm gonna head on and it's gonna be a good day. I don't know telling myself that it's gonna be a good day. Students are all gonna listen. It's gonna be a good day. We're not gonna have the bad case on the Mondays like we did last week. Oh, really quick so I can show you. You guys, I'm also gonna start my teacher interview today with the teacher that I'm doing the observations for. So that, just a couple questions a day this week so I can get that done so I can start typing things up. Okay, so this is the teacher planner that I got. It comes with like a little bag that they can snap in to have pencils and stuff, and date dots. Here's the date dots. And then, I'm gonna cover her name up. That's the planner. It's so gorgeous. And it's like this really hard plastic. This is the back of it. And you open it up. And it's just so colorful. And there's a contact page. Like, this is not the best at all of showing you guys. A year planning page, which it starts on January. I really wish it would start on August. I don't know why Erin Condren did that. And maybe she would fix it in this newer edition, hopefully for next year. This is like last year's edition, but because of the date dots, you can have it really be any year, so you can get it. Then there's an absent log, which it's really not enough for a year, but maybe it would be enough for like tests or important dates that kids missed. Then there's graph paper, which I've heard people like using it for seating charts and stuff like that. And then you get your month at a glance kind of a thing. So that's August, and it goes all the way through to July. And then you get your lesson plans. I really want one of these for myself one day. You get your lesson plans. Now this isn't enough for like an extensive lesson planning. That's this. Definitely not for like the full-blown lesson planning with the standards and stuff like that, but it's enough to be able to write down the basic ideas and be able to carry it around with you so that you're able to know what you're doing. And there's a lot of those pages, obviously, because there's one for each week. And then the next is the checklists or the grade book. So that's this. And I ordered as many pages of these as I could to make sure that each of the teachers, if they wanted to use this, that it would last them the entire school year. So there's a lot of those. And then, of course, there's beautiful stickers. There's a few pages of those. Then there's a pocket folder in the back. And then there's like a sheet protector page here in the back. It's really thick sheet protector. You could order more of these, and I might when I get my own. But like, figured school emergency thing, or the map, or the calendar for the year, or something like that can go back here, and then you're at your back cover. So that is what I'm getting all of the teachers, like my kids' teachers, and the one that I'm observing right now, as teacher appreciation end of the year gifts. And like I said, I just don't want to keep them at home in the fear that they would get destroyed. So as I get them from Erin Condren, as I order them and get them, they're going straight to the teachers. So that's all. I will talk to you guys later. Bye. That's what I wanted. Okay. Monday is done. I am heading home. I'll out of here really quick. It was such a good day. So just like went in and we started switching out the bulletin board outside of the classroom to get ready for their literacy night this week, which I wasn't going to try to take PTO this week, but I might try and see if I can get some VTO, on Wednesday to see if I could just go to the literacy night there and like just kind of go and support the students again and just go hang out with the teacher and help out and stuff like that. Like, I want to do those things. It just sucks that I have work that like stands in the way of me like doing everything I want to do. So when I went, so we were starting that, and then class started and we were talking about cultures and how it's hard to adapt to different cultures. And you can tell that the teacher knows a lot about different Asian cultures per se. Like, and this is a subject that she's kind of really passionate about. And so it's fun like seeing her more, I don't want to say more active because she is usually active, but more animated and really getting into the topic. And the kids were really enjoying it because she was really enjoying herself. So it was really nice to see that. I did the whole redirection at the beginning. One of the students, we took everything out of her desk before school and put them into like book bins so that she's not in her desk fidgeting the entire time, and we took away all of her, which is sad. She's really into art and everything, but it's getting in the way of her learning. And so we ended up needing to take away all of the markers and crayons and colored pencils and stuff like that because she's not choosing appropriate times to engage in those activities. And so they needed to be removed from her desk so that she wasn't so distracted with them. So we did that. And then it was reading group time. One of the students wasn't there. The other students were pretty good. Still had a little rough time with one of them. But we finished the book, Socks by Beverly Clearly. And so tomorrow we will be starting Bridge to Terabithia. And I'm pretty excited about that. I took the book home. I have it with me so I can read ahead. So I can kind of mark the pages that would have a swear word in them. So then I can have them kind of just put their books down. And I'll have to be really diligent on the fact, no reading ahead, stay with us kind of a thing. Because it's not that I feel like the swear words are probably going to be inappropriate. I'm sure it's going to be stuff like hell, stuff like that. So it's not like, I don't think it's going to be horrible, horrible swear words. But I just know with the group that I have in my reading group, that it would be blown way out of proportion. So we're going to avoid that if at all possible. So we're gonna start that up tomorrow. I am going to start up their reward chart thing tomorrow. I added onto my Amazon cart the book caddy things, so I just need to actually place that order. I just feel like I'm spending so much money lately. I'm trying to slow down on spending money. But I do need to order that and get a new case for my laptop because the case that I got was just not the right kind, so I need to get a new one. And then it was recess time. The teacher stayed in from recess and she was doing reteaching again. And it was nice seeing her like reteach because I don't really get to observe at all during math, and so it was nice to get like a little bit of a glimpse of that. And then one of the students, however, went out for recess when they weren't, and I heard her come in and clearly turn to her friends like, it's not like she's gonna send me to the principal's office for this. And I didn't even see the teacher like talk to her about it. So I'm hoping the teacher does talk to her about it. And honestly, I hope, which it sounds horrible, but this is what I would do. I would personally keep the student in from prep, which is their specials, because she chose to not be obedient. She knew she was in the wrong. She was asked to come in by another student. The teacher sent another student out to go get her. She was asked to, she said, no, I'm not one of those students, ran off. Like, she chose that choice, and there has to be be a consequence for that choice. I don't like the idea of keeping students in from their specials, but when they choose to not follow the directions, and it would have only been 10 minutes and she chose not to, I would keep them in from their specials to do what she missed, kind of a thing, because that was a wrong choice and she purposely made that choice. So, and then after reading groups and after recess, they were talking more about cultures and the weather and climates and stuff like that, and different cultures that you would have to get used to. And they read a little short story about a boy immigrating from Germany, and then my day was over. So it was a pretty simple day, nothing too much out of the ordinary, but it was a good day, and I like this feeling. And part of me sometimes wishes that I could observe other teachers and their styles and stuff like that. But part of me really just likes the fact that I am with one teacher for this entire journey of observations, so that I can kind of really gauge how the students are used to me now. So it's not like a honeymoon period or anything like that. Like, they're used to me, so they are themselves. They're not trying to be something that they're not, which I like that. And so, and I'm not, it's easier for me to do active participation with the classroom because I know the students and they know me, kind of a thing. It's not some random person coming in. I informed my reading group that I wasn't going to be here on Thursday because I had a test to take, and one of them goes, "Are you finding a sub?" I'm like, "No, I'm not finding a sub." Like, it was almost as if I was an actual teacher that needed a sub, is what she thought. So, but I'm actually going to a friend's house really quick. I sell Norwex, kinda. And she went to a conference this past weekend and she wanted to share some stuff with me. So I'm gonna go talk to her for a few minutes and then I'm gonna go home. But I have to go home within like the next few minutes, kind of a thing. So I can't stay too long. But I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Guys, I have some super exciting news. I'm on my way to work. I figured I'd talk about it on my way to work because I'm super excited about it. So I got home from my observation hours at the school today. First, as you saw, I stopped by a friend's house who wanted to talk to me about Norwex and about the potential of me actually selling it, and she really believes I could do a really good job with it, which if I put my mind to, I'm sure I could too. It's finding the time, honestly, and I've been debating doing it more and more lately so that I, totally off topic, but I've been debating doing it more and more lately so that I can see if I can get the income that I would need to be able to quit my job at Vivint and be able to like stay home with my family, stuff like that, which sounds amazing. And so I'm going to talk to her and her upline person, come up with a game plan and see where it goes, kind of a thing. Because it also, when I start my student teaching in the fall, it would be nice if I would be able to quit Vivint and just kind of do Norwex or something like that on the side, still bringing in the income that I need to bring in, but not having to put in all those hours outside of student teaching, kind of a thing. So that's what I was talking to my friend about. So I got home from talking to my friend and I walk in the door and I get a call, and it's an area code 435 number. And I'm like, well, this could be my son's school, so I should probably answer the phone, because usually I don't answer the phone unless I know who it is, kind of a thing. But it's like, you know, I feel really good about this. I should answer this phone call, thinking it could be my son's school. I'm like, I should probably answer this. So I answered the phone, and it was actually the principal at the school that I'm doing my observation hours. And he called me to tell me that he received an email from Western Governors University, the school that I go to, requesting that I be placed for demonstrating teaching, or student teaching, in the fall. And so he's like, let's clarify a few things. He's like, so right now you're just doing your observation hours, correct? I was like, yes, I'm doing my observation hours right now, and I'm doing my student teaching. And first he's like, how soon can you start your student teaching? He's like, I'm gonna do my student teaching in the fall. And I told him, like, and it's in 2 8-week blocks. I told him that one of my 8-week blocks has to be at a secondary school in like a resource room, because I'm dual majoring in special education and elementary education. So 8 weeks has to be in a special ed classroom in either middle school or high school. And then, it's a rubber band around my hand, by the way, it was hurting the wrist. And then my other placement would be in a general education classroom. And he's like, so when would it be? I was like, well, it would either be at the beginning, right off the bat, like at the beginning of the school year, or like 8 weeks into the school year. He's like, well, I would rather you come in, you know, the 8 weeks after. I was like, okay, that's fine. He accepted me. And usually, he's supposed to call my placement officer person about this. And he talked to me, and I told him, I was like, well, you need to email the person back, and you guys can set up the details together, kind of a thing, and get more of a concrete thing. But I'm tentatively penciled in to start student teaching at the elementary school that I'm doing my observation hours at on November 5th. It's penciled in. I was accepted. He accepted me into doing it, and he called me personally to let me know that he was accepting me and that I will be able to do my student teaching there at that school. To say I'm excited is a complete understatement. I was so nervous about it. You guys heard me talk about this last week, about how so nervous I was. And my placement person told me that it's not unusual that you go like a month or so and still not know where any of your placements are going to be, and it's like not unusual for all these things. Less than a week since I talked to him, I've already been placed for one of my blocks. So now I'm just hoping that the other placement goes through, that they contact him, and that all gets set up, and I stay here in the valley. I don't have to go to Preston, Idaho or anywhere else to do this. Just so awesome. I am so excited. And it makes me want to do even better, to like not let down this principal and stuff with my tests. And so I brought all my stuff to work to study. Any spare minute that I get, that's what I'm planning on doing. I'm gonna be studying my butt off and working so hard. I'm gonna try to take, I told you guys before, try to take Wednesday off. Not just for that literacy night, but also it'll be good to go to bed at a really decent hour so that I can be really awake and alert for my test on Thursday morning. So I'm just so excited, you guys. I'm so happy. So here I am. Got accepted. Not much else I really have to say, but I need to wait for a good time to turn off the recording. So this will probably all be edited out right now. I was so excited. I couldn't even think clearly when he was talking to me, because I was trying to find the name of my placement person. I was trying to like form proper sentences on what I was majoring in. Like, I was so excited that afterwards I was shaking, like so excited, like it's coming together. I am almost done with school and it is coming together. And that's the school I want to teach at. And so me doing my observation hours there, me doing student teaching there, really this is me getting my foot in the door at that school. so that when the next year rolls around, if they have any positions opening up, I can apply and I could possibly use him as a Wouldn't that be funny? I was just thinking about if I asked him to write me a reference letter for like a job, and then I ended up applying for a job at his school and he like reads his own reference letter. Like, how funny would that be? It would be hilarious. I'm so excited. Going to work. I'm so happy that hopefully I don't get any nasty people calling me today and just bringing me down, because I don't want to come down from this high right now, because I'm so happy and so excited. So excited. But I will talk to you guys later tomorrow morning when I'm on my way to the school. So I will talk to you later. Bye. Okay, it's a second try. Today is March 6th and I'm going in to do my observation hours here. I'm at the school. I was trying to record it on the way to the school, but like I had this huge shadow over my face, or there was so much sun that there was like rays bouncing off and all that jazz. So I didn't do that. The principal's here. But I'm just wanting to kind of follow up on my exciting news of yesterday. So I actually also know now that I'll be in a 4th grade classroom. I know the teacher, and I'm just beyond excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Like, and I'm gonna go in today. It's gonna be another great day. It's just, I'm beyond excited. So I will talk to you guys later. This was really short before, and I'll give you guys all the lowdown of how my day went after. Bye. I'm done today. Another day in the books. Okay. Let me pull out super fast. Gotta get home so I can take my son to speech therapy. Okay, so today, sorry it was like a really short like introduction to get into the school. I just was really excited to go in and talk to the principal and just thank him, and I'm still like floating on cloud 9, like beyond excited. I'm just waiting for my other placement to come through and I'll be good to go. Like, it'll be such a stress taken off to just have those lined up. So I went in, I thanked the principal, and he was talking to me. He brought me down to the classroom that I will be doing my student teaching in here at the school. The teacher wasn't in, and so I went down later to introduce myself to the teacher. But while we were talking, he was just discussing different things with me, and he asked me what my plans were after student teaching. And I said, well, I'm doing student teaching in the fall, so I'll be done about halfway through the year. And so I told him I was planning on applying to be a substitute teacher, so that when the teacher of record, so the teacher that I'm working with, is absent, they could request me to just fill in for them that day instead of having to find another sub. I could just already be there, which is a really nice option. And he's like, that's a really good idea. So I'm doing that. And then the second half of the year, I'm planning on just kind of substituting throughout the district to kind of network with these schools. And then he stopped and he looked at me, he's like, well, when you're looking for a job, please keep us in mind. Like, it obviously wasn't a job offer, but it was definitely I like you enough that I would consider hiring you. And that was an amazing feeling. So I'm so hoping that when it comes time to me applying for jobs, that there is an opening at this school so I can apply and hopefully get that position, and so hoping. So there's that. I had bus duty today, which I was the only teacher that went out in my spot for bus duty, which is not supposed to happen like that, but it did. It's okay. And then I went inside. That's when I went to introduce myself to the teacher, and I realized that since I now know that I'm going to be doing 4th grade, I can start looking into 4th grade standards and really like take a look at those. And so I'm thinking that by the end of the school year, I might try to set up a meeting with the teacher, and if she has any like resources like the textbooks or something that she might be able to let me use. I don't know why I turned on my turn signal. Any textbooks or something that I can use, like if she knows, you know, after about in November, this is what we're gonna be starting in math and stuff like that, so I can like take a look at them and bring them home and everything like that, so I can start like kind of planning ahead this summer. And that's one thing that I'm really looking forward to, actually like being able to go in and talk to my other placement and like try to get this summer to prep for things, because I'll be done with the class that I'm in right now. I'll be done taking my test because I'm going to pass them the first time. So I'll have to set that up, figure that all out. So I did that, and then I went back to the classroom, and they're getting ready to do SAGE testing. So they're starting to review things. So the first 30 minutes they were reviewing rounding instead of doing their reading street, which I didn't mind because I got to see math again. So even though it's not math time, I got to see math. So I observed that, and then when they actually did get into the reading book, they only had like maybe 10 minutes, and she asked me to just go run a couple errands for her, and so I went and did that, made a few copies, cut out a few things, so like that. That is like shaking so bad. And then I went back for reading group. We started the book Bridge to Terabithia. We also started this like reward system, which I'm still having mixed feelings about, because the students that, you know, it's supposed to motivate, they're like, the prizes suck. So maybe I'll get my own like treasure chest and get my own prizes, kind of a thing for my group, type of a thing. And then after reading group, it was recess, which I asked the teacher if I could stay in from recess today so I can study for my test on Thursday. And she was planning on staying in and having me go out, but she was kind enough to alter her plans so that I could do that, because she knows how important it is for me to pass this test on Thursday. So I stayed in and I studied, and then the kids came in and they were reading their book in Reading Street again, and I just made sure, I did a lot of redirection, making sure the kids stayed on task and stuff until I had to leave. So that's pretty much what my day consisted of, and it was an amazing day. One of the boys that like I have issues with sometimes in my group for reading, my reading group, at the end he put his bookmark in and he's like, I think I'm really gonna like this book. We only got through the first few pages, but I'm really excited that we're reading this book because I think, yeah, you guys will really like it. Only I forgot to bring my copy home so I could read it, but that's okay because I don't really have time. I have to study. So I'm really excited for them. It was such a good day. I just hope my other placement comes through within the next like week or two so I can just like sit back and kind of relax after that point. Just focus on what needs to be focused on instead of stressing out over my placements, kind of a thing. So But I am home. I have to make sure that my kid is ready to go, that he's had lunch. I need to eat something, and then I will be taking him to school. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow. And then after tomorrow, it's test day. And so I will like, there we go. I will talk to you guys on my way to my test and tell you guys how I'm feeling and stuff like that. And so we'll kind of go from there with that. But bye. Well, good morning. So I'm actually here at the school already. I had like that whole shadow and sun rays, stuff like that going on when I turned my camera on after I dropped off my kids at school. And so I decided to not film on the way here because it would have been really awful footage. So today is March 7th. The day before my test. Oh, now I have a shadow. There we go. The day before my test. I'm actually really nervous, but I'm trying to convince myself not to be nervous because I know I can pass them all. I know I can pass them all the first time. Like I'm sure I can do this because I've taken the practice test, I've been studying, and I'm sure I can do this. So let's just hope I'm right. But I am nervous, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go in there today though, and I'm gonna see if I can start asking questions. Just let her know that, you know, I'm gonna start randomly asking her questions for the teacher interview, because I really would like to get that in the books so that here in the next few weeks I can finish up catching up on field journals, which I am now going to be like 3 weeks behind because I stopped watching the videos and taking field journal notes because I was taking practice tests and studying those. And next week I'm not gonna do field journal notes either because this weekend I'm taking the special education practice test and studying that next week because that test is on Friday. So I have a little bit more time. Why does it keep getting like, sorry. So I have a little bit more time to study for that one. But I do want to, as soon as I get these out of the way and passed, because I'm passing them the first time, I want to be able to just get right into typing up and submitting this task. I haven't calculated lately how many observation hours I have, but as soon as I reach 60, because I'm pretty sure I'm at the 15 active observation hours. So once I hit that 60, I'm going to have the principal sign off on everything. I'm going to continue to come into the school, but I just want to get everything typed up, submitted, and just out of the way, because then I'll have taken both of the tests that I need to take and pass those for my teacher certificate. I would have finished this class and passed this class, and then it will just be smooth sailing, literally nothing to really work on with school until my student teaching and until I get placed. And possibly look into what the 4th grade class will be doing that second 8 weeks. And seeing what I can pull from teachers paid teachers, see what I can pull as resources this summer to help with that. So, I don't know why this keeps going like in and out with lighting, but it's really driving me kind of nuts. So, that's the plan. I want to just get everything done and submitted by the end of this month, middle of next month, definitely by the end of the school year. It's like keeps going in and out with capturing light. Come on. Come on, camera. You're supposed to be awesome. So, I'm super excited. And let's go in and let's get today done. And I promise I will make a video about how I was studying for this test and my experience with the test. It'll probably be with like kind of both tests, so it'll probably go up in a couple weeks. So we'll, I don't know why the light's so bad. There we go. So we'll see how everything goes, but I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna start the teacher interview. I'm hoping that I can get time off today. I submitted to a volunteer to take time off today from work, and so I'm hoping that that gets approved when I go into work, or soon after I go into work, so I can come home, possibly go to the school's literacy night tonight, and go to bed at a super decent hour. Like, if I could go to bed around 8 o'clock tonight when my kids go to bed, I would totally do it, just so I'm like super well rested and ready to go in the morning, ready to wake up early, shower, get ready to go in, take my test, and be golden. I also need to go to the store and get a few like snacks, like granola bars or something, to bring to the test, because I know I'm gonna get hungry during the test, and I'll need that, like, that extra boost kind of a thing. So need to do that. That's pretty much it. So I'll see you guys after school, and I'll tell you everything that went on today and how the day went. So see ya. Bye. All right. Day 5. I mean week 5. In the books, I wish I could come back tomorrow instead of taking a test, but that can't happen. I have to take my test. It was a good day. It was another good day. It was a rough day. Sorry guys. Pulling out, and it's the principal's truck behind me, so I really don't want to hit it. Need to get more light up in here. Maybe when I change. There we go. So, sorry if it's so like shadowy in here, but this is really the only time I have to like make these recordings. But really quick, I wanted to, maybe if I adjust the camera just a little, maybe it'll bring more light. Let me see if that does anything. The zoom. That's zoom. So, but you can zoom in a little bit. I went in today, and there was, wait a second here, and I'll show you. The teacher had a thank you card for me because I gave her her lesson planner for next year. She had for me a little thing of flowers, a little thing of orange juice, and a nice little donut. It was really good. And in the thank you note, it just said, you know, thank you for the planner, and just, you know, wish me good luck on my test tomorrow. And I appreciated that. I did, just letting you guys know, I had a question on last week's video asking if I felt prepared to go into my observation hours. They are thinking about going to WGU, and I will respond to you as a comment, but I figured I would address that here as well. I felt very prepared and very excited to do my observation hours, and I also feel very prepared and excited to do my student teaching. I'm trying to think the right way to answer this question though. I think WGU prepared me a lot for this in the aspect that they taught me how to lesson plan and taught me where to find the resources I need in order to teach the students. But I also think a lot of my feeling prepared and feeling excited and everything like that is, this is not my first time working in a school. I used to be a paraprofessional back in the Chicagoland area and stuff like that. So I've been in schools before, and I've worked with students before, and I've been observing teachers for a while. I'm going to school for special education, and all my siblings, not all of them, 4 of my siblings had either an IEP or a 504 plan. I have 2 kids at this point now. 2 of my own sons have IEPs. One of them is for autism spectrum disorder, and the other one is for a speech delay. So I'm very familiar with this world, kind of a thing. So I feel very prepared, and I will respond in a comment to you. I just wanted to kind of address that here. That it's not just WGU that's making me feel prepared. I've grown up in this atmosphere, I guess you could say, and so that has also helped me feel prepared. However, you will feel very prepared going to WGU. If you study, if you actually take it seriously, you will feel prepared going to Western Governors University. And it's not just book knowledge that you will have the actual knowledge that you need and the tools that you need to succeed. You'll have all of that. So I thought I'd just throw that out there. Now to go into my day. So before school, I came in and I saw the little treat for me, and I started with the interview. Like I said, we only got through 2 questions of the interview, which made me want to teach at the school even more, and just this district even more, because I guess she's not required to submit lesson plans ever. Like, you don't even have to write full lesson plans out. I think I would still do that, but it's nice not having to submit them. During student teaching, I will have to write all my lesson plans out because I will have to be submitting them. At least the ones that I will be graded on, I think I would have to submit. So anyway, that was before school. Then they were doing some more practice with rounding, just because they're preparing for SAGE testing. And so they're doing work with rounding. They were doing works with clocks and time and stuff like that, because that's what they're learning on this chapter, and they just need a lot of time to go over all of that information. And then they continued reading their story in Reading Street, and then it was reading groups. And I had a nice discussion with my reading group about swear words in the book, because one of the girls in Bridget Terabithia, within the first few pages, it said, Lord, he stinks or something, and she thought that Lord was a swear word. So I had a nice conversation with them about swear words, and I did bring up the fact that there were going to be swear words in the book. And one girl threw the book down going, I don't want to read this then. And I said, if I do call on you during those times, you do not have to say them. You can skip over them, you can replace them with a different word. You don't have to read them out loud. But just letting you know there are. And then we went into a whole conversation about how things were different in different eras, and this book was written in the 70s, and you can tell it was written in the 70s because it's about a 5th grade boy, and even within the first few pages it tells about how he was drinking coffee, which is not something kids do. And so just there's different eras that things were socially acceptable and stuff like that. And so in children's books, having those kind of words in them, it was socially acceptable. So we went through that. During recess, we had 5 students staying in to retake a math test. And then after recess, we continued reading the story with Reading Street. They finished the story, and they were talking about homesickness and stuff like that. And the teacher decided to do like a share if anyone who wanted to share in the classroom. And this one girl, she was sharing, and you could tell there's so much emotion in these students. She was sharing about how she felt homesick after her grandmother passed away, and she just started crying. And I was actually getting ready to leave, and I just put all my stuff down. And I walked over to her, and I just started rubbing her back, and I just wanted to be there for her. It broke my heart to see her that sad and all of that emotion. And I was also glad that I was able to witness that. So there was that. Trying to think. It's pretty much my day. Really dark. We'll come back. There we go. That was pretty much my day. It was a really good day. I'm hoping again that I don't have to go to work today. I'm gonna email my supervisor here within the next like hour or so and see if I have to go in, and we shall see. I will talk to you guys later. I have to go to the bathroom, and I will see you next week for another classroom observation updates throughout the week. And I will also this weekend start filming a Praxis study guide kind of a thing, and what I do to prepare for these tests and how I feel going in and stuff like that. So I will talk to you guys later, and I'll see you next week. Bye.